Hey, what's up? I'm Quinn. I am a tutor with Bespoke Education, and today we are continuing to talk about quadratics, everyone's favorite. So we looked at a pretty straightforward one last time, about as straightforward as quadratics get. Today we're going to try to factor a slightly trickier one. I'm going to give you some tools that will help when they're a little bit less straightforward. Let's do it.
Okay, so right away, I can already see this is a much more complex quadratic than last time. So what can we do? Well, step one, I always like to just freak out, just have a total panic attack. No, don't do that. I'm kidding. Step one, we should try to make it simpler. Can we simplify this? Well, I'm noticing that all of the terms are divisible by 2. So I'm going to start by dividing both sides by 2. Let's see what happens. We get x squared minus 21x minus 72 is equal to 0. Okay, that's looking a lot nicer already. So now I'm going to start with my factor lists. In this case, our C term is 72. So let me just list all the factors of 72. Okay, great. Now we've got our factor list. So I want to point your attention to the next little note I've made here, which is read the signs. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at the signs inside of our quadratic here. In front of our C term, 72, we've got a negative sign, which tells me that in our factor pair, whichever one we end up using, there's got to be one positive and one negative. So for instance, if we were going to use 1 and 72, it would be positive 1 and negative 72, or negative 1 and positive 72, because they have to multiply to make negative 72. So effectively, each factor pair just doubled with possibilities. Instead of 6, we now have 12 pairs of possibilities. Yeah, it's okay though. Don't worry. Don't freak out. I promise. Because what we can do is read the other sign, our B term sign. We've got negative 21. The negative tells me we want two numbers with a difference of 21. If it was a plus sign like last time, we would want them to add to whatever the B term was. So this means I could pretty easily make some, step 3, eliminations. And now we've got 3 pairs that are kind of, it's possible, right? So let's actually do some arithmetic. The difference of 2 and 36, 34, that doesn't work. Difference of 24 minus 3, that's 21. Okay, clearly we like that. And just to show you that this doesn't work, 18 minus 4 is 14. No. Great. So we know we are dealing with this factor pair. Awesome. Our last step, we're so close, guys, is we are going to set up our final factored form. Now, the question I have is which one has the negative sign, 3 or 24? Well, let's look at our B term, negative 21. So we want these to combine to make negative 21, which means I need a really big negative number. So I'm going to put the negative with 24, negative 24 and positive 3. And that is our factored form of this quadratic.
So if you remember these skills going forward, I promise you these will get easier and easier with time. Next time, we are going to look at a quadratic that seems unfactorable. Well, and probably is. We're going to have to use the quadratic formula. All right, thanks so much for watching. Take care.